My battery's dying, but we'll get into this later on because this had an issue. As you can see right there, there's a police. This video is going to get pretty interesting. So hold on, kids. Hold on, everybody. Buckle your seatbelts because this is going to be a long. This is probably going to be a 25-30 minute video. Alright guys, what's up? What's going on? Good morning guys, good afternoon. My name is Corey. This channel is called TJ Nation 87 and 18. I own an LS2 swap 1987 Iroc-Z Camaro. And I own a Mustang that's going to be a Terminator cover. You already seen the title, you already seen the thumbnail. So, do me a favor guys, hit that subscribe. And this is right here. Alright, so, somebody was trying to steal this car. I don't know how to put a stop to it. Well, I'm going to explain to you the story. Alright, my car was almost stolen. Well, still in the process of trying to... okay, I'm going to get to the very beginning. Okay, for the past couple of videos now, you guys have seen that if you guys have made it to the end, that I posted a couple of old videos just so you guys can see like where the build is, like how it's progressing, how did it start from the ground up, and a lot of it, that's what I've been showing you guys at the end of the video. Whoever makes it at the end of the video, can you help me now? Oh my god. My sister wants me to help. For those who don't know, sorry that there is a new change to the film editing. I have the Samsung the Samsung S10 now. Like I said, I was going to explain my trials and tribulations in the next video, and this is the next video. A lot of bad stuff was happening at work at the same time. Summing up, a lot of bad stuff was happening at work at the same time. My original phone that I had fell on the ground. My TV, the next night, fell on the ground. So I had to buy a new TV, I had to buy a new phone, and I had to do a whole bunch of other things, and it required so much money, and I didn't have time or money for myself. That's neither here nor there, but this video is about my past friend, who used to be my friend and now clearly isn't, but now is trying to steal my car and try to pretend that he's done the work. Like I said before, he has done some work, and I greatly appreciate him for doing that, because he didn't have to, but I paid him $1,100 so he could, and therefore some of the stuff was in there. Now I'm going to go over the stuff with you of what he did wrong, and a lot of the things that the shop told me of what has been done wrong and incorrectly, and the shop pointed it out. Because I called the shop a couple of days ago, and they did, well, not a couple of days ago, they told me a long time ago, but a couple of days ago I called and asked what was actually wrong with it, did a recap of everything, and well, mistake number one is this head right here. This head is supposed to be over there, and that head is supposed to be over here. Well, thank God they're interchangeable, which means it doesn't matter what side you put them on. I found that out because if they weren't interchangeable, you really would have messed it up. Then on top of that, you hand tighten down the valves. How do I know? Well, one of my friends checked for me, who actually has another shop he works for, and he opened them up and he was like, hey, let me check just in case, and found out that that's not going well. And yeah, so basically I just paid you $1,100 just to put heads on, well, just to put these heads on the intake and that, and just to clean these up a little bit, as I had to buy the parts. I had to buy everything. Well, I wanted to buy everything anyway, and you just connected some stuff there and had the wiring harness completely wrong, and you had all that stuff there, and all that like everything was all over the place. So I had to clean it up. Your job of cleaning it up is very horrible. He put up a picture saying, all this build, don't forget, by one of my friends, well, one of my informants showed me a picture, and he was like, don't forget who built the car. And I'm like, who built the car? I built the car. You just put it together. I had the vision. My vision that I've had before I even had this car. I had a vision. He just helped me put some pieces together. But I'm gonna tell you what else that I thought was done. So this knocks my power down even more than what I expected. My heads are not ported. My heads are not polished. The intake is not ported. The intake is not polished. It still has, in the side of the runners, it is still rough. It is not smooth like this. It is not, well, we tried to weld this up, but, well, I tried to do some stuff. He didn't want to weld. In one of the previous videos, he said, I don't want to weld. I'm not welding shit. And it started at the beginning. That's why I put it there at the beginning, so people could see what type of a person he is. That's why I put it there at the beginning. Something happened, but that's why I put it there at the beginning. But yeah, it's not smooth like this, and this, something's gonna happen to this pretty soon as well. But it's rough. It's like, it looks like this. It's like this in the inside runners. If it was ported and polished, it would be smooth. Not saying about this, but it would be a smooth surface. But it's still a rough surface on the heads and intake manifold. But luckily, I am going to get a cam, and I'm going to get new heads for it anyway. So I wanted to keep that a surprise. But I'm getting it. Well, you already know about the cam, but the heads, I'm still going to keep that a surprise because let's just say the heads are going to be completely, well, they might be stock, but they're definitely going to have work done. They're going to get some work done to them. So, for people that were saying, oh wow, he didn't really, like, he helped me with the build. I'm not going to lie. The videos are cool. He's helped me with some stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that he had messed up on and I had to capitalize on, which is why it looks like this, like an actual 100% engine. And I have a new video coming up pretty soon with the Mustang. There's a Mustang video that well, there's a car video and the Mustang video is happening. You guys are going to be in for a real treat. You guys are really going to be in for a real treat. But I wanted to... No, it's just a 6-plane. But I wanted to recap on you guys and let you know about that. I have the hoses on and everything else. It just sucks because I really paid $1,100 for like not such good work to be done. I expected the heads to be polished, the intake to be polished, everything else to be ported and polished, and everything. There's a couple of people out there that's like, yo, there was a couple of people that's like, yo, if you need the engine and the headers and everything else, just put in the engine for you to roll on to the shop, whatever. I'll help you do it. But before I talked to Ken, well, the guy was like, yeah, we'll do it for like $500. I was like, nah. I had a guy. His name was Bruce. He was my first pick. He would have got this car running and from nothing to something in one day, 2 at the max. I was going to pay him $2,000 to do this. This car would have been running if he was there. It would have been running. I would have been driving it. Everything would have been great. But he was nowhere to be found. Certain things happened in his life, and he had to, unfortunately, change a few things. So I wasn't able to get in contact with him at all. He changed his number. It was like a lot of stuff had happened to him, so he had to change a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm doing this video completely, well, I'll edit some parts, but I'm gonna leave this video alone. You're going to watch, you're just going back and forth between some edit parts and some raw footage. Just letting you guys know that. But yeah, that's, and now he's going around claiming that he, like I owed him $1,100, like I owe him money, like I never paid him. The payment, this is why you always document your shit. My shit was never documented. I swear to God, on my life, I wish I could have documented that. But they're all in the text messages, and the text messages. They're in some videos. I have to go through each video of where I mentioned it. But $1,100 had to be paid first before we do anything, before we started working on it. So I gave him the money up front, and then I gave him plus some extra money. I actually had got a tent. That tent that you're seeing where it had like the tent. This is one of my videos where the tent had fallen or whatever. It's like close to Christmas time. Well, that was for me, but he used it for himself as well. So, and then when like the wind was blowing, like you could have stacked it up or propped it up or get the right way, but it fell down. And instead of him trying to fix it, he just like threw it away. So that was like $300, like $250, $300. That money that he pretty much threw away. But yeah, I got the cops, the local cops. It's funny because the cops was a subscriber. Well, the cop that came over was a subscriber. I have state troopers that are subscribers, and I have county cops and the county sheriff that are also subscribers to my channel. Why? Because I'm friendly with the police. I mean, damn fly. I'm friendly with the police. You know, you do your job. You know, do what you're told, and you know, have that certain mutual level of respect. Don't come off cocky or all that other stuff. You know, just be a nice, kind person. Just be yourself, you know. And that's how relationships form, by being yourself and being polite and being respectful. Super fly. And I have, I think, about 3 state troopers. Why does this fly keep hovering around me? Like, this fly, it just won't leave me alone. It's a whole big planet on here. Leave my hand alone. But anyway, guys, that's, yeah, I have, like I said, I have 3 state troopers. There's like 5 county cops and 3 county cops in this area. And now that all this stuff has happened, the neighborhood watch is now like really watching. The cops are going to come up here periodically, like a lot more. And this whole entire neighborhood, I let this whole entire neighborhood know of what's going on. So if there was like ever to somebody come up in the middle of the night, or anybody to come up at any point in time, there's somebody up 24/7. There's people up here 24/7 that you wouldn't even know that come up here for just to look on the building. You wouldn't even know. Hi there, how you doing? You can't show the face because that's one of the people that for the township actually. Well, I was doing a routine check. Like as I was saying, he came up to check on. He's coming up to check on the neighborhood, but the whole entire neighborhood knows. So if this car was missing, like one way or another, somebody will be awake to watch the car being stolen. If it was ever to be stolen, this possession, or people come to walk up this area, there are houses up here that people can see through these trees. I mean, I put a lot of stuff out on alert. So it's like this. So it's like it's underneath for 24-hour surveillance, pretty much, in a sense. There are video cameras, but I'm not going to tell you where. But yeah, this was pretty much stolen. I will show you the text at the end of the video, and that threatening message of what he was saying at the end of the video. Forgot to tell you guys, I can't end the video just yet. I forgot to tell you guys. Well, I'm about to end the video, but before I do, I forgot to tell you guys. Also, this guy had pretty much in the middle of the build, we were working on it. Well, he was doing some half-ass work, but there was a lot of times actually, you can see in the videos where there's actually one video that it's like 3,000 or 4,000 views. That when I came in, I was like, he done like what was done, and I said absolutely, positively nothing. Meaning, like when that video was formed, it was like 2 weeks went by because I was working constantly. I wasn't able to get there, and plus from where he was at to here was like I would say a good 10 miles, and I would have to walk because there's no drivable car. But yeah, I would have to walk, and there was a bit of a distance, and I was working second shift. So yeah, and he didn't give me no time or no nothing. Like if he was a caring friend, he would have been like, all right, look, I'm moving. I won't be able to work on it now, but here's what I'll do. I'll contact somebody and see if I can move it to where I'm moving to. But if not, I'll help you move it to a spot. I'll try to do the best I can, and we'll continue to work on it. You know, there's a mutual ground. If we can bring it with them, yes. But if not, there's a mutual ground. We'll come and work on it and stuff like that. No, none of that happened. He pretty much, he was pretty much just working, and then he just, dropped the ball right then and left. How it was, saying you're on your own. After I paid him the money, and he's saying that I owe him money for stuff, but yet he didn't even complete it. Well, you're not going to complete it because I'm finishing it. I'm doing it. You're not touching it. I am. At the time, he just like dropped it like a sack of bricks, and was like, you know what, fuck off and stuff like that. Pardon my French, but that's what happened. And now all of a sudden, after 2 years, you say, I owe you money after I paid you your $1,100 with the crappy work that you've done. And it's not even starting. Most people, when you do that, the engine starts up. You know, they hook everything up and they start it up. But no, you just maybe pay $1,100 for just putting some heads on. And yeah, I'm going to run this block to see how long I can run it. But there probably will be another block coming, because I don't know how long this block will last. It's that bad. It's that bad. I don't know how long this block will last. So there's another block that I'm looking at. Better than this. I'll say that. It's better than this, but it's not at the price range where I can afford yet. So there's a couple other things I gotta do. That'll be coming up later, so like that'll be a surprise. There's a lot of things coming that's a surprise that now I'm having to force to do the change instead of surprising you when I want to. So yeah, the bottom end was never cleaned out. It was never a full clean out like I thought it would. I still gotta go down and clean out the stuff in the cook at the oil pan. There's just, it wasn't even bored, lined, and honed. You just pretty much put it in there and slapped it together and said you're on your way. And you say that you build it. Well, first of all, this is my vision, but yet, when you build stuff together, when you put in there, I would expect you to take apart the heads, clean inside of the heads. If the person wants it ported, okay, you port the heads. If somebody wants the runners ported, port the runners. It's not that thin of a, you can, there's been sheet metal people that can port inside of there, and this is even thicker, so you should have no problem porting out this intake. But it's not ported out. The valves weren't torqued down to the correct spec. I mean, dude. I mean, you asked for this. I wasn't trying to bash nobody. Like, I could have said this a long time ago, about a year ago, about half of the stuff, but I was a nice guy and I didn't want to do that. But now that you threaten me and you're saying that you want to steal my car, either you give me the car, give me the money, or I'm going to take your car, I'll show you all that later on. But you send me a threatening post. So yeah, after you send me a threat, I'm definitely putting you on bad blast. You don't threaten me at all. And threaten my year's worth of work? No, buddy, that's not how it's gonna fly. You pretty much, if we look underneath it here, you damn near destroyed the car by doing this. And all you had to do is just hit a hammer it up. It would have been level. You see all that extra space up there? All you had to do is hammer it up, not cut it out. Hammer it up a little bit, it still would have been connected. It would have been like a little bit of a corner like that. It would have came out like that, like a bit of a upside down U, but it would have sat great, not cut out. So now I gotta fix that of what you destroyed. So yeah. And as you've seen in the other video, what I was trying to do is I just tried to use a pry bar to get the exhaust up, and I'm like, oh, you don't even have to cut it. But remember, you're the auto mechanic and you know more than me, and you should have known that this is a safe point, and you actually cut this part out, which makes this car very illegal and very unsafe, and I have to go and weld it up to make it safe again. So, and there's a couple odds that you've done wrong, and I have to fix all your mistakes. And it's like the wiring harness. If you seen that I did it wrong, or you seen that it was made wrong, you could have, well, you know more than what I know. And you could have, fix it. But in the videos you've seen that I fixed it up at the time, I pretty much went over your work. And there might be a time where I might have to block back out to work on some of the stuff. And it's funny how you do the stuff with the engine, but you don't even look across the rear main seal. I mean, if you're building an engine, you could look in the back like, oh, you might need a rear main seal. I must have thrown it out. You may need a rear main seal and stuff like that, because the rear main seal is exposed right down there. But you didn't even see that part, that it needed a rear main seal, or didn't contact me and said it needed a rear main seal. You probably looked at it and was like, oh, well, I don't care. No, does that sound like $1,100? Really? Does that really sound like $1,100 was well spent? Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that are like in the background like, dude, you got fucked over big time. I know, like I said, it was the only time that he was the only person that was available at the time. And I thought we were cool. I thought everything was good. I'm not bashing the guy. I'm not saying the guy is a bad guy. Come on, guys. I'm not saying that's a bad guy, because we were friends at a certain point in time. That's when the people were like, "Oh, my ex is crazy," but you dated them though. So you really don't have no right to say that. So I really don't have no right to say that he's a bad guy or something like that. I'm just not agreeing with the stuff that he did, and really not agreeing with the threatening that he did. And he was, yeah, and I put the full exhaust in, by the way. Yeah, so I did that and a lot of other things. But now, let me quit my rambling, and now let's... But if you guys are stopping for the first time, please like, subscribe, comment down below. If you want to get a notification whenever my video comes out, hit that notification bell. I'm great to let you know whenever my video comes up. Sorry guys, well, I showed you the picture, what he said, I showed everything. Next video, after the 2 videos that I put out, yeah, work is going to be done, and there's going to be a special surprise at the end. The moment we've all been waiting for. But anyway, guys, keep it TZ all the way to the end, guys. Take care. Have a great day.